Well, you've had some wonderful trips, Stan.
Oh, God,
Oh, there's Stephen.
there's Stephen sitting out there, and that's Sandy, and this is John Olin, who was my mentor. When he sent me a letter, I used to, I just shiver and shake because the things he wanted yesterday, not just today. And I'd have to drop everything. He was a very fair man, but very strict. There was no chit-chat with him. What he wanted, he wanted now, and he wanted it done to his specifications. And so right to the very end of his life, he referred to it as our reel, not just mine or our reel. All he did was really push me into. There were a couple of times when I was trying to, I almost given up, but he pushed me, and finally we hit on something that worked, and it still works. I've been the luckiest man in the world because I've accomplished what I wanted to do, and I've met the people I wanted to meet.
I thought it would be fun for you to meet one of my fishing buddies. Next time you see a couple of people out in a boat together, know that what you are seeing is very special, and there's a lot more going on than just catching fish. A good fishing partner can be hard to find, and when you do, they're as precious as your favorite reel, which in my case is one and the same. You see, my fishing buddy is none other than the silver fox of fly reels, Stanley Bogdan. So what do I look for in a good fishing buddy? Well, someone who's good company on and off the water, somebody who knows their stuff, and we have to be in sync in the boat. In fact, this person is usually a lot like me.
But what makes a good fishing buddy for you?
Well, somebody who loves the sport. And by loving the sport, that's exactly, and not trying not to change how things are made.
Here you go and invent a reel. That's a whole new way of doing things, a double spring system. And you're saying that you don't want people to change things.
Well, no.
You're the king of change.
No. Well, maybe you're right. I don't know.
What a Catch is inviting people to come on a fishing trip with me. That's what I do. I'm a professional fisher. I fish around the world. I chase big game fish. It could be an Atlantic salmon, taimen. It could be a big sailfish. You never know from week to week. So I want people to travel along with me and experience the culture and the food. And I go off to these remote places, and you get the feeling that no one else has ever walked where you're walking. And you get to fish in pristine wilderness. What a catch.
But now the days grow short. I'm in the autumn of my years, and I think of myself as vintage wine from fine old kegs.
From the brim to the tray, it poured sweet and clear. It was a very good year.
Hello, what do we got here?
Stan, you have a letter from Vice President Cheney here today.
My God, let's see what the devil he has to say.
Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. I am now the proud owner of one of your reels, given to me by a close friend some years ago, Dick. You don't get those every day, that's for sure. It's wonderful.
What are you singing, Stanley?
I'm singing a song that Sinatra used to sing. It was a very good year. It's a very melancholy song. I don't know why I like melancholy songs, but I'm a moody guy anyway, so to me it's It's sort of like my own life, you might say.
Stan was born in a time when fire trucks were pulled by horses, but even he wasn't around when the reel was invented. There are oriental paintings that show Chinese fishermen using reels of various sizes. They can be dated back to the 12th century. Until the 1800s, reels were storage devices. In the 19th century, they evolved into casting devices called multipliers. Before long, craftsmen invented reels with drag mechanisms to meet the demands for big game fishing. The Bogdan proudly takes its place as part of this history.
When I'm out fishing, I just look around me and just thank God that I'm here. I mean, to me, I can say, well, I can have a good time even if they're not biting. I can, because I'd love to have them bite too, but I've had God, over the years, I've fished the best rivers in the world, so naturally you can be a duffer and still catch fish, and I have. Oh, God, I mean, all my best friends I've met on salmon rivers, every single one of them. They were just,
You can tell a lot about a person when you're out fishing with them.
oh, can
If they're
you?
patient or if
Adversity?
they're...
Ooh.
What do you think makes a salmon take? I mean, no one really knows, but what's your theory?
Nobody knows. I mean, we've had so many theories that have fallen apart. There's two things I love in this world. One is silver salmon, and the other one is beautiful women.
Oh, my dear.
So you see, I'm an authority on both. A salmon's like a woman, and I looked in those two eyes, and oh, gee.
Keeping an eye on you.
Oh, she did. Oh, I couldn't con her at all. When they see anybody that's old and short, they'll know who they're talking to. It's always me. I started in 1940, and that's a long time ago. And I don't know if we'll ever, I don't know when it's going to end, but in the meantime...
You still have a lot of work to do, a lot of people waiting for reels.
Well, that's
and I've
just
heard
it.
that the waiting list has never been shown to anyone, the waiting list.
The waiting list is very, very flexible. Dear Mr. Bogdan, I have the darndest feeling that my reel order was lost. When I called you in 1986 or 1987, I don't remember, I promised not to bug you. Well, 5 or 6 years later, I feel it's somewhat absolved of that covenant. I am at a point in my life where I hope only to live long enough to fish one more year. But since I ordered the reel in 1985, and at last glance it's 1992, well, a lot of water has gone down the brook. So seriously, I know all about the exclusive reputation thing and all that, but as one matures, as one mature guy to another with gray hair, etc., please let me know how much longer I need to be the courteous, handsome, middle-aged old fogey waiting for his reel. P.S. I'm now even at the graphite these past 7 years. Thank you for your consideration, Walter Crane. Oh, God.
Well, I heard the story of the man that came and showed you his scars from surgery. He had heart surgery and said, I'm
That's
dying
right.
tomorrow. Please, I
That's
need
a true
to...
story. He showed me. He took his. There we are in the Essex Hotel in New York, and he takes his tie off and opens up his shirt and shows me the scars on his chest. And could he have a reel to go fishing on the Mattapedia River just one more time? And 6 years later, he called me up for a trout reel. He probably is still alive.
So that's how people make it to the top of this waiting list.
Oh, yeah. Dear Mr. Bogdan, as it's been 5 years this June since my husband and I capsized in the Penobscot River and lost our Bogdan reels, I'm wondering when we can expect new ones we ordered to replace our loss. As I know you don't like to write letters, perhaps you can put checks in the squares and mail the postcard to me. Thank you sincerely, Minnie Cochran. P.S. I've gone on Medicare while waiting for the reels. Dear Stanley, when Hurricane Floyd was churning off the Florida coast, packed a few necessities, and then considered what few truly important treasures to take. A couple of family portraits and my Bogdan reels. Nothing else was taken to safety. These were the most important possessions we owned. Your reels are treasured by us not just because they are superb gems, but because they remind us of you, your friendship, and our happy times together. All best wishes and affections, Mike.
I heard a story that some of the orders and phone numbers were written on the wall and then they got painted over.
They did. Well, how would you like to come back from a fishing trip and find your whole shop missing? Everything is gone. It's been moved about 50 yards away and set up again because they wanted that space to expand part of their, because I used to rent space from a place.
By that big smokestack.
Yeah, well, that's how we were recognized, by the smokestack. If that wasn't there, nobody would find me. When the kids were small, I'd take them down to the ocean and leave them there.
Oh, geez, Stephen, gosh.
And then come back and pick them up at the end of the week.
But isn't it a tribute that your son, Stephen,
You have no idea what it meant. Mm-hmm. When he came back from Vietnam, there, he was, well, I don't know. It was just something that happened that I never thought would ever happen. And he said, I'm going to join you Monday morning. And that was 30, what is it now, 34?
35 years, yeah.
Steve, how long have you apprenticed? He says 33 years so far.
Yes, yes.
It's been a while.
Wouldn't you say that he's the most patient person?
He's got the patience of God, because anybody that can work with me, and I'm the worst taskmaster, you cannot make a shortcut with me. It's got to be done one way, the best way you know how. I wanted to make a reel that worked, and I wasn't an engineer, so I was crazy.
Yeah. Shouldn't we go fishing?
Well, we
What do you
can.
say, you guys?
Good idea.
It's time to go.
Oh, I'm just so happy you're here.
Isn't this wonderful?
It is.
What's easier, getting a Bogdan or getting a salmon? See what I mean?
Well, I know that I've got an in with the maker, and I can assure you that catching a fish out here is a lot harder.
Than getting a Bogdan. Well, I wish you tight lines.
I wish you, well, what's the way the song goes? When I was 35, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for city girls of independent means. They'd ride in limousines.
Their chauffeurs would drive
When I was 35.
when I was 35.
Dear Stan, the book on fly fishing in Iceland arrived just in time for my trip. Thank you so much. It'll make a cherished addition to my library. I want you to know how much I value our time together, and I can't help but get teary when it's time to go. I know we'll talk on the phone, but I'll miss our time together on the water. Looking forward to wetting a line again with you, my friend. Until then, Kathryn.
Bum bum ba-dum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. And then he'd start in the second.
Now, is this the lathe
You got the yeah.
that was the original piece of equipment from way back when?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's the finished product right here.
So this was a solid piece.
Right, spool.
Excuse me, that was a piece of tubing, a solid piece of tubing. In other words, there's a hole through it to start with.
As far as the frame goes, the spool is a solid piece that's cut out.
And that's what all these shavings are down here.
Right, leftover pieces from being hogged out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's why this is so beautiful and smooth, and it's a piece of sculpture.
Well, I don't know about sculpture, but it's something that works. And
Oh my gosh, Stan, look over there. Look over there.
where? Over where?
Over there.
What?
Well, I'm leaving now. I have to go to the airport. It's been really fun visiting.
Lock the door.
Let's see. Hello?
Good morning, Stan. It's Kathryn.
How are you, Kathryn?
Good. What's the weather like there today?
Well, it's right nice and sunny right now.
Now, Stan, tell me this. Where are you going fishing this season?
Well, we're going to Canada, and we're going to, let's see, Scotland, and we're going to Norway, and then back to Canada again. And so actually, we're going to be gone for roughly 2 months in the whole summer.
Wow. Why don't you and your Bogdan come fishing with me on the Kedgwick?
Well, I'd love that very, very much. I haven't been there for 30-some-odd years, and I never thought I'd ever get back to it. This will be wonderful. Thank you.
All right, well, get your bag packed and
Haul out your salmon flies.
that's a date.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Okay, talk to you soon, Stan.
Bye now.
Bye.
I counted down the days until our trip. Stan was the first to arrive. When we drove up, he was standing on the front porch where we put our waders on. He was sporting a big smile and his favorite beige sweater. He had his hat in hand when he hugged me hello. Typical Stan, first thing out of his mouth was, "When are we going fishing?" "Let's go," I told him. We suited up, and we were on our way. As usual, Stan looked like he had just stepped out of an oil painting. That's what it's like fishing with a legend.
Stan, where did you get your hat?
Actually, it was given to me by a woman angler.
Really?
Yeah.
What's with you and the women?
Well, I mean, she just happened to give me a hat, that's all.
Ah.
The conditions were perfect, and it wouldn't be long before Stan hooked into a nice one. The Symphony by Bogdan rang through the valley, music to my ears.
The smile on your face,
Believe
Stan
me,
Bogdan.
that's not put on either. You're talking to a very happy guy.
What fly did he take?
Like an undertaker.
Ah, don't you have a friend that invented the Undertaker?
Well, yeah.
As we fished our way downriver, Stanley shared with me a letter that he had written to his son a long, long time ago.
Yeah. We're going to go out and get his big brother now.
Let's see the fly that you used.
Oh, here's the undertaker right here.
That's a great fly. So, Stan, what do you say when you catch a fish?
Well, let's see. What a catch.
Oh, what a catch!
He talked about people, good friends, that he loved but are now gone. He's had to say far too many goodbyes. I asked him to help me learn how to deal with such things. He simply said, "You just do. You have to."
I hope someday, when the war and the circumstances permit, that my son, wife, and myself can go to New Brunswick and fish for Atlantic salmon. I don't know if my son will ever grow up to be a fisherman or not. I hope so. If he does, he will get a clear picture of the fine and most beautiful things in life. In God's outdoors, they are all there for the taking. He is just a month old now, but I dream of the day when he catches his first trout I hope I'm with him when he does. If he ever gets bit by the fishing bug, it will cost him much in time and money, but it's worth it. At least I have found it so. Dear Kathryn, I'm writing to thank you for your wonderful hospitality on our stay at Fraser Lodge on the Kedgwick. I never thought I'd be on the Kedgwick again. 35 years ago, I had Benny Sullivan as my guide, and now I had his son. Something special thanks to you. I go to Scotland on July the 25th and return on August the 3rd. I hope Prince Charles doesn't poach my bull. With much love, Stan Bogdan.
Dear Stan, I received your latest letter about our time together on the Kedgwick. I knew it was your letter as soon as I picked up the pile of mail. Your steady hand and familiar letterhead is a welcome sight amongst the bills. Perhaps the purpose of fishing trips is to collect memories. We have a nice collection going. Where will we go next? How about some dry fly fishing in gin-clear waters in the Gaspé? Or maybe we should try the other side of the Atlantic. We have all winter to dream about the next adventure, and I think half the fun is in the planning. I'd love to stop in and see the pictures from your most recent trip. Know that this letter will be waiting for you when you get back. It is a sad day at the end of the season when I pack away my reels in their leather bags for safekeeping over the winter. I'm so blessed, but to have so much is to have so much to lose. I worry about the Atlantic salmon, and I worry about my fishing buddy. The postman had better keep your letters coming to help pass the time until the fish return. I love you, Stan. See you soon. Best, Kathryn.